Welcome to the Classic Wines Minute, brought to you by ClassicWines.com. I'm your host, Brian Friedman. Join me as we explore the world of wine with the sommelier instructors here at the Wine School of Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm here today with my absolute favorite sommelier instructor, Maria Valletta.
Bet I am your favorite, Keith. And what are we talking about today?
Well, today we are talking about a few easy tips on getting the most pleasure out of drinking wine.
Great, great.
Fabulous. Well, let's start off. Would you like the cork?
Okay, so once this bottle of wine is open, there's always that question of what to do with the cork. Truth of the matter is smelling the cork isn't actually going to tell you whether the wine is faulty or not. The best way to tell if your wine is faulty is by smelling it in the glass, which is why they do pour you a taste. So you give this a good swirl, and that's when you stick your nose in the glass.
Oh, fantastic.
And what you're going to be smelling for, if it's faulty, is maybe that moldy, wet basement dampness, okay?
Oh, that reminds me of my grandma's house.
Yes, your grandmom's basement, exactly. Or maybe a little vinegar. You want to just make sure that the wine smells fresh, that it smells like the way it's supposed to smell.
Oh, well, let's do that. Well, that wine is so tannic. That's huge.
It is. There's a lot of bitterness, little tannins in there. This is when your decanter comes into place.
All right. Well,
the best thing to do is to decant your wine. I say, why not decant? You don't need the fancy decanters, but they sure look lovely on the table. And this will help to, number one, if your wine has been in that tight bottle the entire time that it just needs to breathe. So the decanter helps with the breathing process. If it's an unfiltered wine, it's going to help the sediment get to the bottom and not in your glass.
All right. Well, here, let's switch out these glasses with this. And the interesting thing is that really just that little bit of air play actually will probably open the wine up.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't need something super fancy, but it sure looks nice on the table.
That is true. And well, let's give this another taste now that we've actually decanted this for a few minutes.
Because I think even after just a short time being in the decanter, it's going to taste completely
even
different.
the nose is opened up quite a bit.
It makes a big difference on the tannins.
I love that because it actually, I mean, and mind you, this is just a basic $8 bottle of wine. It turned from like one moment from this very tannic, unwieldy little thing to very soft and supple. I mean, that was just a little bit of interplay with air in the decanter.
Absolutely.
That's pretty impressive.
Now, you could have a different type of glassware for every type of wine that you drink, white, red, Burgundy, Bordeaux, but the truth of the matter is you don't need it. Personally, I prefer to have a stem because I feel it's the best way to hold your wine glass by the stem. So number one, you don't get any dirty fingerprints on it, and you don't change the temperature of the wine. And that's a great way to increase your pleasure of your wine drinking experience.
Absolutely. Cheers, cheers. Thank you, Maria. Well, join us again as we continue our journey in the world of wine.